Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be testing out and reviewing some new Physicians formula. I'm so freaking excited to do this video. Number one, let me just throw that out there. I mentioned in my haul that I did a little online shopping at Ulta, and all this new stuff came out from Physicians formula, and we're going to test it out today. We're going to do a little wear test, do a couple of check-ins, and let you guys know how things are holding up. So let's just go ahead and jump into the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this right here. This is a new foundation from them. This is actually just called the Healthy Foundation SPF 20 Brightening Complex for all skin types. So that's all it says on the bottle. There's actually no other information on it whatsoever. So I'm just going to look it up online, and the details on the Ulta website says that it's packed with vitamins and antioxidants for healthy coverage, Chinese Wu Zhu Yu extract and hyaluronic acid infused formula brightens, hydrates, and evens skin tones. Its brightening complex is for all skin types. It's also an ultra blendable, lightweight, breathable, buildable formula. So to me, it sounds like it's a very hydrating foundation. I don't know how this is going to work for me because, like I've mentioned, I'm typically pretty oily. I'm dry right now, but I've noticed the last couple weeks that I'm starting to get really oily in my T-zone again like I used to be, and I'm just now pretty dry on the outer perimeters of my face. So we'll see if this works out. Since it does seem to be more of a hydrating foundation, I actually just went in with my same primers that I always do. I want to give it the best test possible. So I'm going to be doing all the same primers, powders, everything that I know works for me, because I want to give this foundation a fair shot. For the center of my face, I went in with this primer. This is the Knit Fab Viper Venom Micro Blur Fix Primer. This is more of a mattifying primer. I put it just right here on my nose and then right up here where I get really, really oily, and this really helps stop all those oils. And then I went in with my Smashbox Radiance Primer on the outer perimeters of my face where I'm pretty either normal or dry. Those are two of my go-tos that I have been using for quite a while now, so I already know they work for me. I got the shade MW2. This is, I believe, a medium warm tone in the shade 2. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So not the best shade range. They really don't have anything for deeper skin tones. It looks like they more cater towards the lighter and like medium tan skin range. And then even the medium, it looks like they just have one medium shade. So just know that they don't have the best shade range. The bottle is super, super fancy. I really like the packaging. It's very nice. I have to say I don't like the applicator. I'm not a fan of this type of applicator, just because when you go in and add it on your face and then stick it back into your bottle, it's just going to harbor bacteria and it's going to cause breakouts, especially for me because I have a little more sensitive skin. My skin breaks out very easily. I just have my L'Oreal sponge, my favorite sponge right now. I'm going to take some of this and just kind of press it on the back of my hand. A lot doesn't really come off of this applicator. Oh, very interesting. This was just 3 little swipes from the tip of the applicator. Let's just go in and do this. I'm interested to see how it covers up like down here where I'm kind of breaking out. I have some breakouts up here, and my rosacea has been flaring up like a mofo. I'm having a flare up right over here. And on this side, my cheeks are really, really red. So I'm interested to see how this works for that. It smells kind of chemically, actually. Is it that or is it the soap? Yeah, no, it's definitely this. It actually smells like paint. That's what it is. It smells just like paint. If you're weird with smells, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but hopefully the smell goes away. It's like really, really, it literally smells like I just walked into a freshly painted room. As long as the smell goes away, I don't really care. Okay, so that covered this whole side of my face. I did 3 more little swipes on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna do this side of my face. We'll see how this works. It actually doesn't look bad. It looks really pretty. I'm just going to take 2 more little swipes for the forehead. The consistency is like kind of thick. I wouldn't say it's the thinnest consistency, which I truly don't really care. I kind of feel like there's actually nothing on my face. It really doesn't feel that heavy. It feels kind of nice. I haven't noticed any oxidation yet. It looks like it's just a smidget, tiny bit too dark for me, but I don't think it's oxidized. I think that's just the shade. You can still kind of see my redness, so. And then this blemish down here, you can still see redness peeking through, and I can still see redness peeking through right here. So I wouldn't say this was like the fullest coverage. I'm gonna have to read it again because I don't know if I remembered that it really claimed to be full coverage, or I don't even think it really said what type of coverage it had, but I'm just gonna try to build up a little more right here in my problem areas. Let's see how this works. Okay, so that did build up pretty nicely on this part of my face and on this part where I had that rosacea redness peeking through. Down here, I can still somewhat see this blemish. This one was a pretty bad one. I can see like the slightest, just a tiny, tiny bit of rosacea. Honestly, I'm not mad at it. I'm not the biggest fan of full coverage foundations. I know I do wear a lot of makeup and I do like a full face, but contrary to popular belief, I don't care for like a very full, I feel like it just makes me feel a little too cakey. So I'm actually okay with this. My skin looks really nice. It looks very healthy. I can still kind of smell the paint smell, but it doesn't feel sticky. It actually just feels kind of nice. It's so lightweight. I literally feel like I just have a moisturizer on my face. I think I might like this. Is it too soon to speak that I think I might like this foundation? Anyways, I didn't even tell you guys how much it is. So you can get this in drugstores. This retails for $12.99. There are definitely more affordable foundations out there, but that's not the worst. I have to say Physicians Formula is definitely a more up there in price. I would kind of say it's like the luxury of the drugstore. They're a little more expensive than like L'Oreal and Revlon and Maybelline and brands like that. But if this foundation lasts all day and you like that skin-like finish, I would say the price is not bad at all. To be honest, I'm really liking the way that my skin looks. Like, I think my skin looks so good. It just looks like skin. It looks really pretty. And it blended out beautifully with the sponge. I can't tell you how it applies with a brush. I don't even have a foundation brush because I just don't like them. I feel like I didn't waste any product since the applicator only applies, let me just go ahead and show you guys. The applicator only applies such a small amount. So if you can see, that's just one swipe. Let me get it to focus. So that's just one little swipe, and it's really not that much product. It's really not that bad, and that actually covers like a decent amount. I'm just going to go ahead and conceal. I'm using my Shape Tape and Light Sand. Since my foundation is a little darker, this is going to help kind of balance that out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face. I'm going to use the same products that I always use. We're just going to speed this portion up so we can keep this video moving and move on to the things that we're going to review. We're going to do the Butter Bronzer. Now, unless they change the formula, I already know I'm going to like this because I love the Butter Bronzer. As I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, they came out with more colors, thank God, because I can't wear the Butter Bronzer in the summertime. It's just not dark enough for me. The Butter Bronzer is absolutely amazing, and I know I've mentioned before that it just adds such a beautiful sheen to the skin. So that's how I already know that I love it, and I think I love this color. This is the deepest color that they have right now. This is in the shade Deep Bronzer. Judging by how light the original Butter Bronzer shade is, I went ahead and got the deeper one. And actually, I could use this right now. Even though I'm pretty pale, I feel like if I use this with a light hand, it'll work for my skin tone. And it has the same amazing smell. It smells like vacation. It's definitely more of like a skin-like finish, which is what I love about the Butter Bronzer in general. It just pretty much looks like skin, and it adds a really pretty sheen to the face. If you guys are watching me, I'm going over and over the bronzer. It's not really getting any more intense. It has a very warm undertone to it, so it's definitely more on the bronzy. Yeah, definitely more on the bronzy side. I don't think this is as deep as it could be. Like for deep bronzer, I was thinking this was going to be dark and I wouldn't be able to use this, but it actually doesn't look bad on my skin. It's coming off a little more harsh on camera. It's really not coming off that harsh in the mirror. It just kind of adds that nice shadow. But yeah, this is definitely not the darkest bronzer. For deep bronzer, I'm thinking this is going to be really dark, and it's definitely not that dark. The Butter Bronzer is $14.99. I don't think I mentioned that. Let's go ahead and move on to highlighter. So this is the Butter Highlighter. They have several different colors. They have pearl, iridescent, pink, champagne, and rose gold. Honestly, the other colors just don't look like something I would ever wear, so I didn't even bother purchasing them. So I got the champagne because that's what I typically like to go for when it comes to my highlighters anyways. And this retails for, how much does this cost? $10.99. So pretty affordable. It's just like the Maybelline Molten Gold. Oh, I just actually got a chill swatching this. The texture of it is very strange. It kind of feels like a cream / putty. Hopefully you can see it in the light. It's actually just so pretty. I'm kind of like nervous to try this. I don't know why. I just feel kind of nervous. That's so stupid. I don't even know why I said that. Okay, so I'm going to take my fan brush and let's just dust this. Let's do this. Oh, wow. Oh my God. It's so pretty. It is really, really shiny. Definitely looks like Molten Gold from Maybelline if we're going to compare to something. Actually, let me go ahead and get the Molten Gold and then we'll do a little comparison. Hold please. I guess this is more champagne compared to this, but I feel like on the cheeks it doesn't really look like a champagne gold. It looks more like a yellow gold. Okay, so here's the Physicians Formula on my ring finger and then Maybelline's on the middle. The Maybelline definitely comes off as more gold and this comes off as more champagne. But I feel like on the cheeks, this actually looks a little more gold. It's kind of weird. I want to just throw this out there. I have never found a drugstore highlighter that I've loved. And I actually just gave up on drugstore highlighters because I hate them all until the Maybelline Molten Gold. I actually reach for the Maybelline one over my high-end highlighter. So if this stays on all day and is blinding all day, I would say that Maybelline has some competition. So yeah, I'm really liking that so far. It's so weird because in the swatch it looks more champagne, but I swear to God, it looks really gold on my cheeks. It's gorgeous. I really like it. This is the last thing that I'm going to be testing, and this is the Healthy Lip Velvet Finish. This is supposed to be a liquid lip, and this is in the shade Nut-ritious. So these are really affordable. They're only $6.99. They're definitely a decent price. It says on the Ulta website that they're ultra hydrating, ultra pigmented, and ultra lasting. They actually have a lot of colors to choose from. The majority of them are like berry toned or pink corally colors. I don't like berry on me and I don't like pink. They had a nude and it looked really, really nude. I honestly just didn't want to buy another pale nude because I have a million. So I got this one. Actually, after I opened this, it looked really similar to Lolita. So let me just go ahead and show you guys the swatch because I know Lolita is expensive. It's I think 20 bucks, $21 maybe. This is Lolita and then this is the Physicians Formula. They're definitely, I would say, in the same type of family. This has a little more red in it and then this is a little rosy, but I would say they're pretty close in shade. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Half Red Lip Liner. I wanna use this because this is what I like to use with Lolita and I feel like this will complement that lip color nicely. This is the applicator. It's a nice little thin doe foot applicator. I really like this, and let's just go in and do this. I love the color number 1. This is definitely right up my alley. I did notice that after my first application, I did feel like I needed to go in with one more swipe, and that just took care of it. I wouldn't say it was necessarily streaky. I felt like the color was kind of sheer with the first application. So I went in with 2 swipes and this is what I have, and I actually really like it. Let's see if okay, so it's not exactly kiss proof, but it's really comfortable. I really like it. So hopefully this lasts all day. We'll see. It is, ooh, it's late. It's 3:21 right now. I'm probably gonna be up late tonight, so I'll still get to be able to get a full day's test so you guys can see how it lasts throughout the day. And I'll check back in a couple of hours. I'll let you guys know how things are looking. So stay tuned. True test. You want to know if your lipstick is going to stay on? Eat one of these puppies. So I'm not in the most ideal lighting. Hopefully you can kind of see like the finish. Oh, you can see my skin looks so bad. It's breaking out so much right now. But I'm getting a little wet in the T-zone. Typically when my oils start to come through, my foundation will break apart over here, and there's none of that. So I'm pretty happy as of right now. The lighting in here sucks, so my face just looks kind of dirty. Like, that's the bronzer, but I promise it looks really pretty in better lighting. This is just like the shittiest lighting ever. My windows are tinted and it's just gloomy as fuck outside. It actually looks like it's about to pour down. So it's just really dark. Definitely oils are coming through in my T-zone, even with a mattifying primer, and it's only been about 2 hours. This is probably not ideal for super oily skin. The lip, love it. It looks so pretty. And the highlight, I swear you can't see it, but the highlight is beaming, and the bronzer is really good. I already knew I was going to love the bronzer because I love the original one, so yeah. Also, I parked like really in the back of the parking lot because I don't know why. I'm like so shy. If people like see me talking to a camera, people are probably like, what is wrong with this girl? Who does she think she is? It's almost 7. I've had my makeup on for almost 4 hours now. Dude, it's still looking freaking good. I know you can't really see because it's dark, obviously, but it's still looking so good. I'm loving it. I love the foundation and I love the lipstick. I actually just went to Salata. The girl at the register was like, oh my god, I love your lipstick. And I was like, oh, thanks. Anyways, you guys, there were like coupons galore at H-E-B. It was popping left and right with coupons. I saved so much money this trip to the grocery store. I got some salt and vinegar chips. I just had the most intense craving for salt and vinegar chips, and I just had to have them. So I just went ahead and bought them. So I didn't get the bread at Salata because I'm eating these chips and they're so good. They're like burning the roof of my mouth though. Whatever. Dude, vlogging is so much fun. It's not even really vlogging because I'm just doing check-ins, but this is like my second kind of review, like all day review wear test where I kind of check in. I did one before with the NYX double stack mascara, and it's so much fun. I like totally want to do vlogging for real, but nobody watches me, so I feel like everybody would be like, why are you even doing vlogs? Nobody even watches your videos. Can I just say, I usually go to the grocery store Friday mornings, but I just didn't today because I had such a late start to my day. Then I worked in the medical field. I had like a regular office job, so I would get off between like 4 and 5. And I used to go after work because I hated going to the grocery store on Saturdays because it was so packed. And it was like freaking dead. There was seriously like 5 people at the grocery store, and usually it's packed all the time. Even when I go Friday earlier on Friday, it's always busy. There was legit nobody there. There was not a single line. I didn't even have to wait in line. It was amazing. I don't know why I don't do this more often, but whatever. Yeah, I just thought I would share. This is my Friday night, you guys. I went grocery shopping and I went and got a salad from Salata. I'm clearly so cool. I just have so many plans, and I have so many friends, obviously. Final check-in, I'm back. It's 11:10, just about 10 minutes shy of 8 hours that I've had this full face of makeup on, and I've got to say, I'm liking everything so far. So let's just go ahead and recap on the 4 products that I tested out during this whole review situation. Okay, I just wanted to zoom you in so you could get a nice up close look. So here's what the lipstick looks like. It did wear off. You can see it. It's a little patchy right here. I definitely got the butthole lip situation going on. I did eat and drink throughout the day. It's not bad. 8 hours. It's been a full 8 hours. I ate 2 meals and I've been drinking water throughout the day, and it's definitely not bad. The pigmentation is still there. I just noticed it got a little sloppy on this corner over here, but definitely not bad. I do have other liquid lips that last longer, but You know, it is what it is. You kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. This is only $7. I love the color. It was very comfortable for me to wear throughout the day. I'll definitely be using it again. So here is the highlight. I'm hoping you guys can see it. I know my lights are really bright. It's kind of washing it out a little. The highlight is still blinding. It looks absolutely beautiful. It lasted throughout the entire day. It didn't fade. You can see the bronzer looks good. I already knew I love the bronzer, so I wasn't really worried about that, but I still wanted to test it out for you guys since it was a newer color. And then let's just talk about the foundation. So there's definitely a little breakup right here. I'm actually not mad at it. My skin just looks really good. It looks very healthy. I look dewy in this part of my face. That's just because I'm oily typically. Over here on these parts of my face where I'm just normal or more dry, it actually like hasn't budged whatsoever. It hasn't gotten patchy or anything weird like that. The only thing I would say is it's definitely starting to break up here. It's not the worst since I've had foundations, high-end foundations, break up on my skin even worse than this has. And I actually really like it on my forehead. Let me get this to focus. On my forehead, I do have where I have these wrinkles. It did kind of settle in there. I would say after maybe like the 4th hour, I started to notice that. All in all, I actually really like this foundation. This is new for me because I typically don't go towards like healthy looking foundations just because they don't work for my oily skin. I know I've mentioned a million times, I used to be oily. I'm not as oily anymore. I still am pretty oily in my T-zone, as you can see. I've definitely had foundations look worse. 100%. This actually held up pretty well. And I'm not super shiny to the point where I'm just like, I've got to get a blotting paper and blot my face. It's just kind of like a healthy oil is kind of peeking through. I have my blotting sheets right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and blot so you guys can see how much oil actually comes off. The rest of my face actually feels really great. It really truly just looks like skin. It looks so good and so healthy. I am for sure going to be using this foundation again. I might try a more mattifying primer in my T-zone. It's just that I've been so dry lately that I haven't really been wanting to use something super matte. And then let me just show you guys my blotting sheet. So I haven't blotted once today. This is my first time. This is what I got, but it's honestly just all from my T-zone. And like I said, I already know I'm oily in those parts of my face, so I was kind of expecting it. It's not that big of a deal that I can't just, you know, re-powder my nose. Okay, I will say blotting kind of took off a little bit of the foundation. I can see my skin peeking through a little more. It's not too bad. It doesn't look bad. I'll definitely use it again, and I actually really like it. I like it a lot. This is new for me because I'm not into these types of foundations. I'm more into like matte or like a demi-matte. This is just a very healthy, it looks like skin. That's honestly the best way I can describe it. And actually, I have to say, everything was a win for me today. I really enjoyed everything. I liked all of the products. Surprisingly, I know I mentioned in my haul that Physicians Formula hasn't really worked out for me in the past. I haven't been the biggest fan of their things except the butter bronzer, but I mean, I'm really liking everything. Everything is great. I give this whole collection that they came out with a big thumbs up. I definitely recommend it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the kind of vlogging situation that I had going on. Like I said, I know I mentioned that the lighting wasn't the best. I just kind of did check-ins here and there just to kind of let you guys know what was going on throughout the day. I mean, it wasn't the best vlogging, I guess. I'm not exactly a vlogger, but I did enjoy doing that type of video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this video. Let me know if you want me to test any other products. I will be happy to do more videos like that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, and of course, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.